each day.
Stop. You hanging in there, old man? Come on, sit down.
Yellow car. It was a yellow car.
What? Speak up, man.
It was a yellow car. Your yellow car.
I wasn't driving a yellow car. I just got back from New York yesterday. It wasn't me.
Myrtle.
But I think I know who's driving that yellow car.
What?
You see, there's this fellow named Gatsby. Oh, Nick, so good to see you. Come in, come in.
Yes, thank you for inviting me to dinner. You're far too kind.
Of course. When we heard you were in the area, we just knew we had to invite you over. It's so good to see you. It's been far too long.
It has been. It really has been. We have to make up for lost time.
Nick, how's it been in the West since we've been gone? It's been so long since you moved out here, hasn't it, Tom?
Oh, yes, it has been.
I've just been broken up about you leaving, Daisy.
How wonderful. We ought to go back immediately. Have you seen our daughter, Nick? She's really something. You ought to see her.
No, I've never seen her before.
Really? Never?
No, never.
Well, what have you been doing?
Oh, I sell bonds.
Bonds?
Yes, bonds. No, I've never seen her before.
It's a great thing to be out in the East, and you'd be a fool to think otherwise.
Of course.
Oh, yes. Nick, this is Jordan Baker. Jordan, this is Nick Caraway.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, I'll be just a moment.
You live in West End.
Yes, I do.
Then you must know Gatsby then.
Gatsby?
Gatsby?
I'm sorry, I don't know anyone by that name.
Gatsby. You have to know Gatsby. He lives in this big house over in West Egg. I think you can see it from here, actually. That's where Gatsby lives.
That house there? Why, I live right next door.
Steve.
So, how do you...
Shh. Quiet. I'm listening.
What? What's happening?
Do you mean to say you don't know?
No, what?
Tom has a mistress he meets in New York.
A mistress?
You think she'd know not to phone the house at dinner, wouldn't you?
I suppose.
Ah, Nick, after dinner, I want to show you my stables. I want you to look at my horses.
Okay.
I'll see you off, Nick. You know, I missed you, of course, but it doesn't change the fact that you didn't come to my wedding. It's been so long since I've seen you, I just feel like that didn't have to be the case. And maybe it's partially my fault, but I really could have made more of an effort. I don't have to tell you anymore, Nick.
I'm sorry, Daisy. I was still off fighting the war.
You know, I've become quite cynical. Even when my daughter was born, I just felt empty. Tom was nowhere to be seen, and all I could really do was ask if it was a girl or a boy. I heard it was a girl, I cried. I can only hope she'll be a fool. That's what a girl should be in this world. Everything's awful in this world. Everyone thinks so, Nick. Everyone in modern society is, at least. I've been everywhere, seen everything. I'm so sophisticated. But none of that bothers you, Nick. Make sure to come around often. I'll set you up with a nice girl.
Oh, you really don't have to do that, Daisy.
Nonsense. I know so many cute girls who'd be great with you. If you prefer a man, I can see what I can do on that front instead.
I should really get going. I need to get back to West Egg.
I shan't give you any longer, but think of my offer, okay?
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this many people in one place before. Here, I was invited.
Oh, cute.
Do you know where Gatsby is? I'd like to introduce myself.
No one has. He doesn't even exist.
All right, fellas, the libations are flowing. I am so happy you came out here tonight.
Hey, I love you!
Yeah, I love you too. Whoa, wait, guy. Oh, don't mind me.
Wait, guy, do you have anything to drink?
Oh, no, not yet anyhow. In all fairness, I've never actually tasted alcohol, except for Canadian wine.
Well, would you like some?
Oh, yes?
Get ready, fellas. The man with the card stock is about to arrive. Woo! This is first real drink. I guarantee the second one will taste better.
I trust you, that was rough.
It's okay. This is Gatsby's gin.
The Gatsby doesn't exist?
Here, drink more of these. It'll make more sense.
If you say so.
Of course. So, old sport. Do you live in the neighborhood? How do you like West Egg?
It's so busy. I'm new here, from Indiana originally. The fellows back home have their minds blown with this event. I had this one chum, a real balls-in-the-wall, ruckus raiser type. He was the only person I knew to drink this stuff. He had some country cousins out in Louisville. They used to make it in a bathtub. I've never felt inclined to imbibe. Wow, I get it now.
I heard Gatsby imports his liquor from Germany. He is the second cousin of the Kaiser.
Don't Germans drink beer.
Germans drink what they want. It's actually a rich history.
But Germans drink beer, you academic cuts.
Gatsby is an American. Americans drink plain martinis.
I thought you said Gatsby wasn't real.
According to the pristine ladies at the yacht club, neither is the alcohol in your glass old sport, yet here it is. You're really nursing your drink. Is this your satisfaction?
Oh, yes.
I met a man who met Gatsby once. It was one of these functions. The master of the house has grown into his wealth. He was a disaster, Oxford man.
Oxford, you say?
Yes, the fellow I met here attended school across the pond with our absent host. According to him, Gatsby was entirely...
I'm gonna see here. I remember you live next door. Hello! Sorry about your tournament. I read it in the Times. You probably don't remember me. Oh, yes. We met at a party here last month. Have you dyed your hair since we last met? I seem to remember a regal gray color.
No. My attendance at these things is expected, though. All the gentlemen at these events, full gold.
Do you know Jay Gatsby himself?
I can't say I do. I thought his first name was Hans this whole time. He is known to Gatsby to those who don't know him.
I heard he doesn't even exist.
Don't be foolish, Nicholas. I'm sure he's in the vicinity. Somewhere.
Say, old sport, your face is familiar. You were in the 3rd Division in the war, weren't you?
Why, yes. I was in the 3rd Machine Gun Battalion.
No kidding. I was in the 7th Infantry until June 1918.
Oh, shucks. I do remember you. It's hard to remember much from the Western Front. Well, it's nice to see a familiar face.
Are you having fun yet?
Oh, just splendid. Jordan, this is a gentleman who encouraged my recreation this evening. Isn't he just a gem?
It's very nice to meet you. Do you form thought that Gatsby is never remembered these things?
Do you not know me, Jordan Baker?
I know many people. I just need a few reminders now and again.
My guess, the jig is up. I'm afraid I've been an awful host thus far. I'm Gatsby.
Sir, Chicago somewhere.
Damn, say Nick, I've just purchased a seaplane I'm testing out on the water tomorrow. However, we'll take off?
Sure.
Wilson? Hey, my good man, where are you?
Tom.
Ah, hey, how's business been, old man?
The usual. How's that car coming along that you're going to sell me?
My man's still working on it. If you keep asking me about it, I might just decide to sell it somewhere else.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Is everyone gonna just keep standing around, or are you gonna get some chairs?
Of course, darling.
I need to see you. Meet me at the station in town.
I'll get on the next train when I can get away from my husband.
All right, let's head out then, Nick.
I don't see why I have to be here for this. Hey, where did everybody go? I brought the chairs. I should really get going.
Oh, nonsense, Nick. We're gonna be broken up if you left now.
Oh yes. Besides, I'll phone my sister and some neighbors and get them up here. Now, excuse me, while the push up in the ladies' room.
Why does your husband not object to this?
Oh, that man's too dumb for his own good. All it takes is Myrtle saying she's going to town to see her sister, and he's satisfied.
Everyone should be getting here soon.
Come in.
Oh, sister dearest, how are you? I like your dress, dear. Oh, this old thing. It just something to wear when I don't care about how I look.
You live on Long Island, like Tom?
Yes, I live in West Egg.
I was down there at a party just last week hosted by Gatsby. Do you know Gatsby?
He's my neighbor.
You know, they say he gets all of his money from the Kaiser. I've even heard Gatsby's his nephew.
Is that so?
Supposedly, he's a spy for the Germans. I wouldn't get too close to him if I were you.
Ah, you Mickey's have something to drink. Myrtle, get them a drink before everyone falls asleep from boredom.
I called those elevator boys hours ago. What's wrong with these people?
They both hate who they're married to. If it wasn't for his wife, they'd be married to each other by now. She's a Catholic. It makes everything much more complicated.
Daisy's not.
You know, I've heard that Gatsby's involved with at least 5 women at any time. I'd hate to be around someone who plays with human hearts like that.
I almost made that mistake myself. Luckily, Chester helped me come to my senses before it was too late.
I just wish I had been that lucky. I only realized he wasn't a gentleman until after we got married. He's barely good enough to lick my shoes.
She's been stuck in that garage for 11 years now. She needs Tom to get away from that miserable life of hers.
He couldn't even be bothered to get his own suit for the wedding. And you know the worst part? I didn't even find out until someone came around asking for it back. You can't stay forever in this dull hell you're stuck in. That's what I told myself when I met Tom. Of course, I still haven't been able to get out of that hell because of that bitch Daisy.
Don't talk about Daisy.
I'll talk about Daisy as much as I want. Daisy, 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 Daisy!
My God, let's get you cleaned up.
Honestly, I need to find someone to clean this up.
You invited Daisy over for tea?
Indeed I did. In an hour. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yes, yes, well done, old sport. Thank you for inviting her on such short notice. Now, what do you have in the way of tea? Do you know if Daisy likes her tea with milk? Do you have milk? Of course you have milk. What do you have? Can I see your teas?
Teas are right there.
Yes, yes, this will do fine.
Sorry I didn't drop the seating arrangement.
No, not to worry. You sit in that chair. I'm going home. No one is coming to tea. I can't wait all day.
Jay, it's 2 minutes till 4. She'll be here any minute.
sure. We haven't met for many years.
5 years this November.
Well, I'm gonna go put that
This is a disaster. Did you see her? What's the use of her? Oh, God.
on. What is the matter?
I've made a terrible mistake. A terrible, terrible mistake.
You're just embarrassed. Luckily, Daisy's embarrassed too.
She's embarrassed?
Just as much as you are. You're acting like a little boy. Not only that, you're rude. Daisy's in there all alone.
Well, hello, old sport.
It's been a long time.
I've just been admiring your house across the bay. As striking up close as it is for a distance.
I earned all the money to buy that house in 4 years.
I remember hearing you inherited all of your wealth.
I did, but I lost it all in the pre-war panic. I've been admiring your house as well.
You've never been over it. You know which one's mine?
Of course, it's the one with the solitary green light at the end of the dock. You can see it shimmer through thick, foggy days.
Well, you've never come over.
Neither have you. Every week, hundreds of my friends visit. They eat my food and drink my champagne, and I've never seen Miss Daisy.
Well, Mrs. Daisy Buchanan.
You look lovely.
You look at a lot of lovely things.
Well, it stopped raining outside.
Oh, so it has.
Here we are, in time. You girls happy now?
Open the windows. I feel as if I'm about to die from this heat.
As I recall, it was you who insisted we go to town, old sport.
You certainly love that expression, don't you, old sport?
It's just so hot. Aren't there any more windows for us to open?
None of us can get an axe up here and start chopping.
You're so cool, Jay.
Just fall off a chair and stop making a fool of yourself.
You're always so cool, like the advertisement of the perfect man. You know, like the...
All right, already. We came into town. Is this what my wife thinks we should do while we're here?
Tom, this heat just makes everything so confusing, you know? Call up some Mint Juleps for us, would you? Jordan and I will freshen up while we wait.
I don't see why we came into town. Daisy gets such crazy notions sometimes.
Sure you found those mint juleps?
I didn't see why Daisy ever married him in the first place. Such a stifling personality, doesn't he, old sport?
I understand you're an Oxford man.
I wouldn't call myself one, old sport.
Oh yes, I've heard you went to Oxford.
I did go there, yes.
Then you must have attended around the same time Biloxi went to Yale.
I told you I went there, old sport. sport. What more do you want me to say?
I want to know exactly when you went there, old sport.
1919, but I was only there for a few months, so that's why I don't think I'm exactly an Oxford man.
Come on, Tom. Let me make you a mint julep, and you can quit making a fool of yourself.
Wait, I have one more question for Gatsby here.
Yes?
What exactly are you trying to do here? Are you trying to tear my house apart?
Don't be stupid, Tom. Stop making a scene, and I'll make you a mint julep.
A scene? That's really what you're worried about? Then I guess I should just let this nobody make a fool out of me while he has an affair with my wife. Oh, well, if that's what the world has come to, you can count me out. So what if I don't throw giant parties and make a buffoon out of myself by turning my house into a pigsty every week? Where do traditional values go?
You know what? I've got something of my own to say to you, old sport.
This heat is making us all confused. Let's just go home.
Daisy's right. Nobody wants a drink. Let's just go home.
Wait, I have one more question for Mr. Gatsby here.
Daisy doesn't love you. She loves me. Your wife has always loved me.
You're crazy.
She never loved you, not for a second. She only married you for the money and because I was stuck in Europe. For 5 years, Daisy has been stuck, pretending to love you until I could come back.
5 years? Daisy, what is going on?
I already told you what's going on, old sport. Daisy and I...
Wait, you've been seeing him for 5 years?
Well, no, we couldn't exactly see each other until recently. But in our hearts, there was only love for the other the whole time. I used to laugh, old sport, to think that you had no idea that your wife had no love for you.
I don't see how a wretched boy like you got anywhere near Daisy in the first place. Sure, she gets these crazy notions every now and then, but I always come back, and I'm always thinking about it.
You disgust me.
It's all okay now, Daisy. Just tell him you've never loved him and this will all be over for good.
Well, of course I never loved him.
Daisy, not even when I carried you down the beach to give you a lovely outfit, Queen.
Tom, please don't do this. I said it. Are you happy now, Jay? Why do you want so much from me? I said it. Listen, I can't say that I never loved Tom, because I did.
Of course you did.
As if you care.
Of course I do, and I'm going to take better care from now on.
I don't think you understand. You won't be caring for her at all anymore.
What?
Daisy is leaving you.
Nonsense. She's not leaving me.
But I am.
Certainly not for this swindler.
What does he mean?
Oh, you have to understand. None of that is...
No, you know what? Just go home.
Do you want any of this? All right. Let's go to the car. I'll drive you two home.
We should go too, Nick.
What?
We should go too.
Wait, Gatsby.
Nick, it's only 8 o'clock. Don't worry about any of that.
What do you mean? Gatsby, do you not care about Gatsby?
He has nothing to do with us, Nick.
Jordan, do you not care about Gatsby?
No, I don't care about him, Nick. Why would I care about someone like that? He's a dime a dozen.
How can you say that?
Nick, Jordan, are you coming?
Just forget
saw your door was open. I had to come talk to you.
Come in, come in.
Now I've forgotten what it is I meant to discuss.
Neither of us is sleeping tonight, old sport.
You should skip town for a bit. Wilson knows your car.
Where would I go?
Atlantic City? Montreal?
I've never run away from a fight in my life. I'm a self-made man. The police leave me alone.
Nobody is above the law.
The law isn't beneath me, but rather on my payroll.
Jay!
James. James Gatz. Not Jay, not Gatsby, not great. Do you think a man builds an in-ground swimming pool by playing by the rules, Nick? I run the distribution of alcohol all over Long Island. They're a business expense.
Wilson will recognize your car.
When I was 17, I took a rowboat out to a yacht. I became Gatsby. My parents were unsuccessful farm people from North Dakota. I only inherited their genes. I spent a year as a clam digger just north of Duluth. Gatsby's lineage extends to Dan Cody. When I was 17, I took a rowboat to his yacht and warned him of a blustery wind expected in half an hour. His boat would have been split in two. Up close, it looked like all the beauty and glamour in the world. We became friends. 2 days later, I was outfitted with a blue coat, 6 pair of duck trousers, and a yachting cap. I left Minnesota with Dan, never to return. We spent 5 years on board, up and down the coast at our leisure. He was my best friend. Dan died on board. His $25,000 legacy went into my savings.
I'm sorry about Dan.
Daisy was the first woman I fell in love with. She was intoxicating. I visited her house with the officers from Camp Taylor, and then alone. I'd never been in such a beautiful house before. It was a spectacle. The house reverberated with breathless intensity because it was so well known by Daisy. I'd blown through Cody's inheritance. My livelihood was dependent upon an impersonal regime. I was a soldier, and a damn good one. She fell for me under false pretenses. I can't describe how surprised I was to find out I loved her, old sport. I even hoped she'd throw me over for a while, but she didn't because she was in love with me too. She thought I knew a lot because I knew different things from her. No shit, there I was, high off my ambitions, falling deeper and deeper in love. On the day before I was shipped abroad, I sat with her in my arms for a long, silent time. Occasionally she'd shift her weight and I'd move my arm. One time I kissed her shiny, over-conditioned hair. We'd never been closer in our month-long affair. I did well in the war. I was troubled by her letters. Some snafu with my ticket home had me spending a year or so at Oxford. I returned to the eastern seaboard to Mrs. Daisy Buchanan. My invitation to the wedding arrived when my visa was being processed by Parliament. She never loved him. Or maybe she did for the first few months of their marriage, but she always loved me more. You remember today, she said how much fun she was having. She loves me. I think she loves me. Oh God, I hope she loves me. She barely even knows me. You know, I've never even used the pool all summer. The leaves will change soon. I've spent all this time thinking about it, but I've never jumped in.
It's late. I don't think my body is awake enough to tread water.
It is late. You should go. I'll call you tomorrow around noon. Perhaps Daisy will call.
Perhaps. I'll check in on her in the morning. They're a rotten crowd. Worth the whole damn bunch put together.